ClarinetFest 2025 was unbelievable. Some great performances, some great master classes, some great lectures, and most of all, a vendor exhibition floor that had everybody there. Every night after I went back to my hotel room, I did something a little silly. I watched some Fast and Furious movies. I don't endorse street racing. I don't endorse comical violence. These movies are absurd. However, they gave me a fun inroad into talking to these vendors about the products that they sell and what makes them different. And I wanted to share it with you. I've got a lot of footage here. This is going to be called Clarinet and Clarinettier 1. I've got a second video with even more wonderful people and wonderful products. So look for that one when you're done with this one, would you?
We're going to do one last job. We're going to take all of Rez's money, every dime of it, and disappear.
Then we're going to need a team.
Yeah, the air mouthpiece.
All right, so we got Brad Behn.
Hey, Jay.
Brad,
Yes.
we're getting the crew together for one last heist. We need a wheelman. What clarinet player?
Harold Wright.
Okay, Harold Wright.
Who else?
He's got nerves of steel.
Nerves of Steel.
He's a good driver.
I don't know, but he plays the clarinet really good.
Okay, so Brad, we're here. You're having people trying out instruments. Not instruments, mouthpieces, barrels, recases. What do you have for us here today?
Well, the new products, we got a thumb cushion, which has been well received.
Yes, show us, can you show us that?
Yeah. So these have different receiving ends. So for the Selmer signature clarinet, the buffet thumb rest, the adjustable, for the Rossi clarinet, the Ubel, it works for the Yamaha, it works for a variety of different instruments, and it just gives you a bigger surface area on your thumb to make for a more comfortable ergonomic fitment. That's our newest product. We have all sorts of other interesting things that are fairly new, like this is my pride and joy, a tip gauge. Makes my job a lot easier.
This is for mouthpiece tips.
Yeah, mouthpiece tips. You just go like this, and you get a reading. That's a 1.09 millimeter tip opening. Done. It's really fast and accurate. New bass clarinet mouthpiece designs.
Tell us about that.
So I've got two kinds, the power and the dark. The power chamber just adds resonance, plays extra 25% sound with less energy.
Well, it seems like on this heist, we should use a power chamber.
Oh, power chamber.
yeah, right, okay.
I'll tell you. Yeah, so this one's the dark, and this is the power chamber.
Now,
if you look inside, you can see, I don't know if you can see the differences.
It's going to be a little bit hard, but
It's a little bit hard.
I do like that you've chosen to put this here. That's a nice touch.
Do you remember the old soloist Selmer mouthpieces for saxophone? So we were inspired by that, and we made a tenor saxophone mouthpiece that we call Artist with a script, and it was kind of like that. And then the next thing we did at the production at the CNC factory was this mouthpiece, the bass clarinet. And we decided, well, we could engrave the table of the mouthpiece similarly. And it doesn't do anything from a playing perspective, but it does have an appearance.
Well, and I think it ties things into the past, and that's a really beautiful thing, because pardon me for saying what your trajectory is with mouthpieces, but I feel like your mouthpieces are really based in the history of clarinet mouthpieces.
Yeah, right? I'm really inspired by it. Was easy to answer the driver. Let's have it Harold Wright. He's my number one. He's my driver. So, some people would say, like, what would so-and-so do? What would Harold do?
Okay.
So he's a great inspiration sound-wise, artistically, and I understand he was quite a little prankster, a practical joker. So if you're going to have somebody driving that car, you want him to turn that corner a little.
You want to have a good time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So
those guys were all doing it in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s. That's when the sound was really resonant. That's what inspires.
Well, and so just do us people that have listened to us talk before.
Harold, by the way, he was doing it well into the 90s. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But so he was playing on a mouthpiece that was from.
Well, and there is not a direct connection, but I think a connection with the fact that you make your own rubber, make your own blanks to create that same resonance that existed back then.
That's right. It's not a small challenge to make your own rubber and to make it right, the right kind of resonance.
Some Harold Wright.
The right, yeah. And to have the passion in this industry to actually make butter rather than just buy it. And those things are expensive and a labor of love, but I think it's worth it. You can get more good stuff in the sound if you go that distance. So
I agree, and I think that commitment to finding that mythical sound that existed, the mythical rubber that existed, that, as I've told you, killed people when they made it. To find that history, but then I think it's beautiful to take the time and the effort to go back in the history and put the engraving on the table of the mouthpiece. That's the table, right?
Yeah, that's the table. Yeah.
I get nervous sometimes when I'm talking to a professional.
All professional.
So talk to us about the barrels, because all of your equipment has changed my life, but the barrels particularly.
So we have barrels here. This is a brass ringed barrel with my hard rubber body parts, and you turn it and it gets longer. You can see the red line telling us we're getting close to the end of the line. But now it goes from 63 to 68 millimeters, not 64, 63 to 68.
I messed that up in the video. Is that what
I know!
is that what you remember?
That's what I
Yeah, wow. Yeah, your memory's too good, man.
I saw the video and I said, Jay, we got to pull the video. You screwed up. You said 64.
You messed up again, Hassler.
So these have been a really big product for us. We started with the build the factory to make mouthpieces, but while I was shopping CNC equipment, I realized if I equip the lathe with live tooling and sub spindle and all of these extra features, we can make barrels.
Right.
And adjustable barrels, the way I really vision these things should be. And this is the end result. Been very, very big product for us. Recently, we added wood options. This is Mopani. This goes over the hard rubber. It's a beautiful appearance, but it also changes the sound, changes the response a little bit. Worth trying. It's very expensive, but I sell a lot of them because people try it and they like it.
Well, I don't know if you remember, that's the one I play on. Ninja approved.
Ninja.
All of it is. But that one gets the extra stamp of approval. Now,
and by the way, let me find a very special one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Amelia's barrel.
Yeah,
now, like, you should maybe consider putting her name on it. That's all I'm saying.
Amelia, I know. I should make a mouthpiece called the Myth, mythical rubber that you were talking
Yes.
about. And Amelia, because Amelia, that name, I think of Amelia, it comes from back in that era too.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful name from a beautiful girl.
So, how could I not agree with that sentence?
That's right.
Yeah, seriously. So, but now, over here, we're looking at these recases.
Yeah.
And now, these recases were how you and I actually became known to one another. When you made these, and I called you up on the phone, and I said, can I buy some early so I can talk about them? And you said, I'll send you some. And so I don't know if I can catch it, but talk to us about the rails that these reeds rest on.
Yeah, that's a hard one to see. But there are 2 rails in each track that terminate right about here, elevating the reed just about a half a millimeter above the surface. So there's no surface the reed will warp against. This reed case, in its humidity environment, on rails, enclosed, makes your reeds play better, last longer, and it takes the warp out of them.
Right, because that's sealed with an O-ring, correct? The box is airtight. And then talk to us about where we put our Bovita humidity pack.
Yeah, so this is the premium 20 case. There are two trays, each holds 10 reeds. Inside, in between, you would put the Bovita two-way humidity pack, and that allows the reeds to have, all 20 reeds in this case, to have equal exposure to that magic that the humidity pack puts into the atmosphere of the case.
And I've got to say, like, I'm a walking advertisement for the reed cases. Well, actually, the barrel and the mouthpiece too, but the reed cases, I've got to say, like, nobody makes a reed case like this.
This I have a patented. This I went the distance. It was so good when in product development. I was so happy with it. Right before we released it for the public, we decided we got to patent this thing. It's so good. So then I called our patent lawyer. I have several patents. So we have a relationship, which was great because two weeks before, maybe it was 1 week before TMEA, Texas Music Conference, we called her on the phone and said, can we patent this? And she said, come, let's do it. We got to get a lot of stuff in place before you go to market with it. So she worked really hard to help us get safe,
Right.
patent pending and everything. since that period of time, the patent has come through. So I'm very pleased about that. And it includes all these different designs. For example, this is the bass clarinet pocket 4. You can put 4 reeds,
Right.
tenor saxophone or bass clarinet reeds in that one.
The other part about this, Brad, that you bring to the table that is a little counter to the idea of somebody that makes their own rubber and takes something that seriously, there's whimsy here, because there's all sorts of colors and varieties and personality and all. It's not to say you don't have personality.
That's another name for a mouthpiece, whimsy. I like that.
And so, these recases, of course, Brad sent them to me in blue because of my daughter
blue right
Amelia.
here.
Yeah, that is the most like everyday carry sort of thing for me, because it fits in any case that I have, and I have my reeds that I might need, like when I go sub on a Broadway show, I've got an E flat reed, I got a soprano reed, I got a clarinet reed, and then the other side has the backups, and I'm good to go. And my reeds are like, I'll say things that you might not be able to say. Like, my reeds never warp, and sometimes if they are warped, they unwarp. I don't know if Brad can make a claim like that. But
I have made the claim, and I was very hesitant to at first, because I'll say my reeds take the warps out of your reed. My cases will de-warp your reeds.
And it's
That's
true.
kind of a bold statement.
no, it
to
is.
make.
It sounds like a charlatan.
Yeah,
You're right.
Snidely whiplash. Well, I'm so honest about it and confident about it because I've had that experience for a year before we went to market.
Right.
with it. So, I mean, look, it might not be 100%, but it's a percentage that you'll notice.
It's a real thing. I've had 2 years of it. 2 years of wonderful reed life because of you. So
You'll save money too because you don't have to. Your reeds will last longer, and you get more while-playing reeds out of a box.
that is 100% true.
Stick them in the case. That's all you need to do.
Brad.
By the way, to answer your whimsy thing, we've done all these fancy colors for the conference. It's eye candy. People come and they see it. But I think we're going to run with it. We're going to add these colors as a permanent addition.
I mean, it
People
must
like
be difficult to take special orders, right? Are you just going to sell the colors that you have?
Well, we're going to do something like this. This case will be autumn. It might look like this. It might look like this. It might look like this. They're all autumn. They come from the same material.
Well,
and
there's
there's
sort of the same
variation
place on the
built in
color
it.
wheel, if you will.
Yeah, right. And then this one will be summer.
Nice.
See,
Yeah, right. If one is so inclined, they can match these to their outfits.
that's right. The seasons, the outfits, but you're not gonna. I can't guarantee exactly what the case is going to look like, but you're going to get a ballpark feel.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Brad, thank you. Good to see you
Thank you.
here at ICA ClarinetFest 2025.
It's my pleasure, Jim.
All right, Brad. Thank you. All right.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me.
hey, how are you doing?
Tomorrow, the ReedGeek. I got a question for you.
Okay.
We're planning one last heist.
All right.
One big score. We're going to call it off. What clarinet player, historical or present, would you pick for the wheelman?
Probably Robert Rosales.
Oh, Rosales?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, no, like, he's smooth,
Yeah.
refined,
Refined.
yet
He
still.
he knows a lot about reeds.
And speaking of reeds, we're here with the ReedGeek and the many products. Not necessarily these, but I'll eat one of those after we're done.
Yes.
So talk to me about what you have.
Again, we have all our reed adjusting tools, our original classic black diamond, and of course, the newer model was the Bullet here, which is a great diamond alloy, and it's the ultimate tool also besides cane to work on Ligier reeds. So it's the only tool Ligier recommends to make any adjustments to the reeds. So that's really cool. And then we have some of our Kleinmoken
Yes.
Clariclane's bore stabilizer, ligature bow. Basically, it helps focus and harness kind of lost energy in the tube. Very cool. So that's kind of thing. The whole hallmark is that you need a ReedGeek in your case once you're working on your reeds.
I've got a ReedGeek in this bag.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know that there's lots of fancy things people can do, but the ability to flatten a reed
Yes.
on the fly,
Yes.
like without having to carry a reed knife or sandpaper or have a flat surface.
Exactly. And
it's
the
a-
premise is that there's no tool out there that is as accurate and flat as the ReedGeek. So you're actually sailing as well as almost drawing and sailing the pores as you're flattening the table. So it's responding. And then you can just do micro adjustments with the tip, like a little pencil eraser here, going ahead and balancing And like on the G4, you can just work back that spine of the heart just so you can adjust your flexibility.
Right.
So basically, you're just trying to get a reed that's consistent all the time out of the box.
I already know the answer to this. These never need to be sharpened, right?
No, they're going to last for years. Obviously, after many, many years, but they're designed to use for years. All the edges are so finely machined and top quality alloys.
I mean, that's the kind of fine machine we're going to need for the Heist.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
So we probably want to bring a ReedGeek with us.
Just one, you think? I think we should all have a ReedGeek on the Heist.
Exactly.
Yeah, and just think about what Robert Marcellus would have been able to do with his reeds
Yeah.
if he had a ReedGeek.
I think he would approve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jay, man.
All right, thanks, Mauro. I appreciate it.
You can say.
All right. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's Josh Goo. How are you?
Good.
Hi. All right, so talk to me. How are you doing at Clarinet Fest this year?
Doing well.
I got a question for you. We're planning one last heist. We're getting the crew together. We need a wheelman.
Okay,
Who's your choice?
man. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Corrado Giuffredi, who we just saw last night, because he plays fast, and we need someone fast.
He plays.
for our
He plays.
wheelman.
He plays fast and wild, but still intentionally and controlled.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
exactly what we need.
Exactly.
We have to get away,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and he's got that confidence and the swagger. Like, we'll be set.
Good choice. So, talk to me about what's been going on for you and
Awesome.
Clarinet Fest 2025.
Yeah, this is the QuickStart Clarinet booth. We have all kinds of fun stuff. We have this very popular duck game. Has been really hip and fun, where you get to pick a duck and win some amazing prizes. One of the fun prizes is a new thing that isn't necessarily a product for sale, but if you want it to be a product for sale, then let me know. But it's these fun perfect practice playing cards, where you can grab a different card and it will tell you different things that you should be doing with your practice, which has been tons of fun. We have some great grand prizes, including a free copy of my Next Generation Clarinet Method book, which is the method book with over 160 videos embedded right in there to check out. A free lesson with me. And tomorrow we're going to be giving away a Zoom barrel, which is going to be a pretty hip grand prize, I think.
For anyone that doesn't know, and I can't imagine anyone that watches any of my content doesn't know, Josh and I are co-chairs of the Enthusiast Committee, and we put on what I would say is probably the best program before a clarinet convention that's ever happened for adult enthusiast clarinet players. It also happens to be the first one, so decidedly the best. And we talked a lot about practicing, and I want to get back to these cards. You don't share everything with me. I guess I've never seen these before. This is fantastic. So one of the things that we talked about is how to practice, how to accomplish things, how to set goals, achieve goals, become a good clarinet player, do it in an efficient and fun way. And these cards really amp up the fun. So let's look at a little bit more of these, because these are designed to focus you in on your practicing.
Exactly, yeah.
Give you maybe an arbitrary reminder, but one that you might need.
Yeah, exactly. So there's fundamentals, and music and practice are kind of the three big categories that it has. And each of those kind of play a different role. And one of my big things for kind of being a confident clarinetist is to tackle those three pillars. If you get your clarinet fundamentals in good shape, you're good. If you get your music fundamentals in good shape, great. And then get practice fundamentals. And with those three pillars in place, then you can do anything you want. So with these cards, there's kind of two modes. You can do it where you just kind of shuffle the cards and pick randomly when your practice is feeling stale, and you get kind of, not the instructions, that doesn't count. You get music. Okay, I'm going to go slowly enough on whatever I'm practicing so that the notes feel automatic and come out easily. Or you get a practice one and you do whatever the card says. But there's also a little bit more deliberate mode you can do as well, where you organize the deck beforehand into the three categories. You can also use it to structure it, where you pull three fundamentals cards to start and do those fundamentals as your warm-up exercise. Pull music cards as you're working on your music, and then pull practice cards when you feel like you're stuck or stagnant on whatever you're practicing, to kind of spice that up and help the progress to continue going.
Now, one of the things I do feel like I need to say out loud is that the Clarinet Ninja is embarrassed I don't have any cards. I feel like, ugh.
Yep, I got the idea first. And I got it from my wonderful wife, Hannah, actually. She was at a leadership conference, and they did something similar. And she's like, you have to do this. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea.
This is really fantastic. And I'm just arrogant enough that I get blown away when somebody has ideas better than me. Well done, sir.
Thank you. I'm excited to see your next great ideas that I wish I had come up with first.
Yeah, me too. So Hannah's been a big part of what made the prelude to the convention a real success. I want to say thank you to both of you. It was an amazing thing. I'm going to try and make some sort of content that can try and illustrate that. I'm not sure exactly how that looks. We're going to try and do it. Josh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Was
We
good.
got Brian Corbin here. Brian,
Hello.
how are you, man?
Very well. How are you, sir?
Good. I've been thinking about something. I got a question, and I think you're just the person to answer it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We're getting the crew together for one last heist. The big score. Our last heist. What clarinet player, historical or present, would you like to have as the wheelman?
Oh. Richard Stoltzman.
Richard Stoltzman.
Richard Stoltzman. I think he would get us the hell out of there.
He would.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think he would. I feel safe in his hands somehow.
Yeah, he seems to know what to do in an emergency.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the question.
Speaking of emergencies,
Yeah.
I need to know all about Royal Global and Brian Corbin.
Yes. So I'm Brian Corbin, and I make mouthpieces, barrels, all kinds of other accessories. And of course, I work with Royal Global, who's an amazing clarinet manufacturer based in Boston, and we have all kinds of clarinets here. So our shop in Norfolk, Virginia, we sell Buffet, Selmer, and of course Royal Global. And Royal, as a sustaining sponsor of the ICA, is here trying to provide the best value possible to people. So amazing instruments, hand finished, at a great value. We're just trying to help as many people as we can.
Excellent. Can you show us around what you have?
So come on by. This is just the table where people are trying some mouthpieces. I'm helping them out here. We have over here some Selmers and buffets that we set up for our shop. Really beautiful instruments. We think we have a lot of variety. So that helps a lot of people. You'll notice the bass clarinets all around. The beautiful Royal Global bass clarinets.
Now, I feel like the bass clarinets in particular have caught fire.
I think you're right. I think that there's so many soprano clarinet options that you can find something from pretty much everybody. But not everybody has really great, affordable bass clarinets. And
That's
when
true, yeah.
we came into the market, we sort of like took it by storm. It was, what can we create? How good can we make something that is, affordable? And really, for years, I felt like Royal kind of had the market. We have some great other alternatives now, and we're still doing strong. So I think you're right. We're known for the bass clarinets, but the soprano clarinets are catching fire. In fact, we're always improving. So if you come over here and take a look, we just released the new version of the Firebird. You're talking about a beauty, the full Mopani bell, the Mopani wood with rose gold posts. We've done some impressive mechanism work. We have a Polaris with gold-plated posts, all kinds of things. So 3 different bass clarinets, 3 different bores. It means somebody's going to find something they love no matter what.
And you were telling me the other day that all of this is made at home, right?
Yeah, well, so we, of course, Royal Global and the owner has a factory, based in China. And a lot of people, they hear China and they think, oh, it must be that stuff. Well, the interesting thing is, first off, most of the things, that we use daily are actually made in China. What's more important, think about an Apple, think about a Tesla, think about these major companies, is do you have control over your facilities? And so the brand was born in Boston based, and we do hand finish everything here. So every instrument you get in America, we have actually gone through, we've assembled it, we've done all the hand finishing. Royal controls their factory. They're not just, stamping a logo on another person's instrument. And so that's what's really impressive. We're able to keep the cost down by reducing labor costs, but we're able to keep the quality up by having artisans and players like myself actually go through and hand finish. We also partner with American manufacturers. We just recently announced an agreement with Price Clarinet Works. They're actually hand finishing several of our instruments in their shop, which is really impressive. So I'm not sure any other company right now that are hand finishing clarinets in America that are going out to people. So really impressive.
And that's one of the things that is sometimes hard to explain to people that are purchasing a professional clarinet for the first time, that a lot of people just get them overhauled immediately.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. In fact, that's why it's so important that when we go through and we hand select instruments, you got to set them up. When you just go to a place that has them all factory fresh, you're really just picking clarinets that are the least, bad setup, right? Like the ones that are maybe sealing the best, and even those aren't always sealing great.
Right.
Well, we actually go through and do a setup, and what we've done working with Royal is we want to get them as good as possible out of the factory. And I don't think you have to have them overhauled right away.
Right.
Some of them I might actually think, maybe you should. And when they're all done, every brand, they're all great. When they're all set up, we say, just find the one that's right for you. We don't want to push you to any one thing, but I do think that people should be educated on how much work goes into that. So if someone offers you a clarinet and says, we've set this up, it's a couple $100 more, consider that's going to save you money in the long run.
100%.
Because they've invested the time and the money early on.
Yeah. Agreed. Do you want to show us anything else? We have some
Absolutely.
mouthpieces,
We
right?
do. We have barrels.
But show me this first. Yeah.
We have some adjustable barrels, really popular. This is probably one of the big sellers that people know. Bass clarinets and barrels from Royal. So that's really great. All kinds of accessories.
Well, but just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
What's that weird ring in the middle of it?
That's a good point. So there's multiple really great adjustable barrels on the market. First off, it's not just the Royal.
Right.
And for us, what I really like is this is a tuning ring, so to speak. Now, all the way down, when you look at this barrel, you can see that's 64 millimeters. Okay.
Right.
That's 64. But it actually goes all the way to 68. So you can turn this ring all the way to 68. Each one of these 4 finger pads is 1/4 millimeter. That means one full turn of the ring is 1 millimeter. So if you're at the bottom and you turn the ring one full time, you'll be at 65.
Got it.
Turn it again, you're at 66 or anywhere in between. So that's what's really cool. Instead of having to pull out from the tenon, which often causes leaks and wobbles, you can actually pull out basically from internally.
Excellent. And I saw something shiny on the inside of that. Can you talk to me about that? What is?
Yeah, so we actually have an alloy that's lining the inner bore. So the bore itself is wood, and this top portion is also wood. It's grenadilla wood. Now the bottom socket is actually made of Royal's proprietary eco wood. That's basically like all the grenadilla dust from the manufacturing process mixed with epoxy. I often compare it to like the Buffet Green Line. I'm a huge fan of the Green Line clarinets personally. We talk a lot of those. It's very similar but different, not quite the same. That creates a very stable base here, but that alloy is kind of allowing the mechanism to smoothly operate.
Nice.
Every once in a while, you oil it, you grease it to keep it going.
Right.
Otherwise, you can have some eventual issues. So you got to do your maintenance just like your clarinet, right?
Excellent.
And then over here, let me just show you kind of my table, my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Everything on this table, we make, except those buffet barrels back there, we make in Virginia. You see some barrels, some mouthpieces, bass clarinet, soprano clarinet, all kinds of hard rubber that we import from Germany. It's rod rubber. Our rainbow rubber is our newest item. I really, really quite like this rubber. We also do a lot of different rubbers like camouflage, which is kind of inspired by my wife who's in the Navy. I kind of like that.
Well, it would be good for the heist.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
So Richard Stoltzman, let me know. I got you. Okay, I got the camo rubber. We'll be invisible.
Yes.
So there you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, so appreciate you, Jim.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian. All right. Oh my God, do you see this? It's Lee Livengood.
Hey, Lee, what's going on?
Well, it's funny you should ask.
Yeah.
We're getting the crew together
Really?
for one last heist.
Yeah.
The big one. We're going to retire.
That was awesome.
We need a wheelman. Who you got for us?
My God, I think I want Russ Harlo.
Russ
to
Harlo?
be my wheelman.
I don't know Russ Harlo.
Russ Harlo is this amazing clarinet player in Utah.
Oh.
And he's just the funniest, smartest. He's the guy you want when you're really in a bind. He's got you.
Well, let's hope the heist goes smoothly so we don't get into a bind.
I hope
But
so.
let's call Russ up. Is he here?
He's not here.
He's not here. We'll get him here.
I'll get him on the phone.
We'll get a couple cars tonight. We'll get
Okay.
ready for the heist.
That's perfect.
But we got some time before the heist, and what I'd like to know is all about your mouthpieces that you made.
Okay, great. Well, you can see the first thing people notice about the mouthpieces is they're very colorful.
They are.
And well, I love that they're colorful, but it's not just cosmetics here. The mouthpiece colors both provide look, but they change the sound of the mouthpieces because each of the materials is a little different. They resonate differently, and that gives you a unique experience trying the mouthpieces.
So talk to me about how it looks different and why it resonates different.
Yeah.
I'm hooked, man. Tell me.
Okay, I will do that. The base material is hard rubber, like most pro mouthpieces, but the company that makes the rubber for me mixes in different minerals. and that changes the look, it changes the composition, and therefore it changes the way they resonate, it changes the sound quality. So that gives me lots of options tonally and response-wise, plus what I do with finishing the mouthpieces and the facings and the resistance that we have.
Outstanding. I'm curious to know your personal mouthpiece. What material do you use?
I since I do this a lot, I will often change depending on times. I'm bass clarinet though right now. I'm playing this red one, which is a new color for me, and I love the resonance of that mouthpiece, a really vibrant sound. And my clarinet one, I've been playing purple ones for quite a few years, and just have always liked how the purple ones feel when I play, so I go with the purple.
So I don't think I'm messing this up, but I might be. You have a job in the Utah Symphony,
I
correct?
do.
And what position are you in the Utah Symphony?
I'm third in bass clarinet.
Third in bass clarinet. So that's like real world. You're doing that.
That's
not
what
just
I
your
use.
bass clarinet mouthpiece for when you enjoy it at home.
That's
where the Utah Symphony gets.
That's my day job.
Yeah, excellent. And I think that's actually an interesting thing to have a mouthpiece maker with a real job. Like playing the clarinet.
Yeah.
So like you're in there, you know how it feels and how it resonates with other people. It's not just like at home. How does this feel in the abstract?
Right.
It's there in real life.
It does help me a lot to evaluate a mouthpiece. I know what you mean. Sometimes you're in your room, it's like, this is great.
Right.
And then you go into the hall and you're like, that is not great. So it's a good reality check. And I've got some wonderful colleagues too, who I can just say, hey, try this for me. Let's make sure I'm not way off in left field anymore.
Right.
So
excellent.
Yeah.
And is there anything that is, if not, I'll edit this out. Is there anything that's new and different for 2025 at the Clarinet Convention? Are you bringing something that's different than you ever made before?
Not really, except I'm always exploring how I'm doing the voicing and the finishing, and I keep looking at different materials and trying stuff. Like I say, this is first time. This one is the first time I've had this here. That color too, that blue. And I experiment with different samples of that to find stuff that vibrates and sounds the way I think I want my brand to be.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think that when it comes to the Heist, this gives us a lot of variety.
Yes.
Right. Like we can bring a lot to the table at the Heist.
Definitely.
And that's very much a I think it's gonna make one last
I
score.
think we're going to get it.
Yeah, one last
and
score.
I can't wait till we get a hold of Russell.
Yeah, man.
He's going to be on board.
All right, thanks, Lee. It's really great to see you here.
It's
at
great,
ClarinetFest
and I can't wait.
2025. All right.
Yeah.
The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room.